Hello everybody and welcome back to the Creature Flesh workshop. Now today we are going to be doing a few more experiments. We're still waiting for some materials to mold this guy. So we're still waiting for our resins to arrive. So we can't get started on that yet unfortunately, but I've still got a few more experiments that I want to do with this test piece that we sculpted last week. And if you haven't seen that, check out the part 1 and part 2 video of creating this little test piece here that we sculpted, molded, cast in silicone and then painted. So it's pretty much the whole process of what our mask has gone through, but just on a smaller scale, so we can test some of those materials. So check that out if you haven't already seen it. But today what I want to do is test out something that I've actually never done before, but it's something that I really want to incorporate into our mask, and that is hair punching. Now you may remember back in our first videos when you saw some of the shots of the original drawings that I did for this mask, some of the concept designs. There was a few different ones. Some of them had hair, some of them didn't, some of them had beards. But I really like the idea of having hair somewhere on this guy. I think it's going to make it look that next level. So I want to give hair punching a go. Something I've never done. I understand that it's a pretty laborious task, but I think it's going to be worth it in the end if I can get my head around it. So I've got a few things we're going to be using today. We've got these little hair punch needles. I have no idea if they're the right ones, but they're the smallest ones I can get. And I also understand you can make your own, but I haven't quite got that far yet. But these are just super sharp little tools with a little kind of crown on the top of them that captures the hairs as we push them in, and we'll explain that a little bit later on. So we've got those hair punching tools. We've also got some hair here as well. This is just synthetic hair that we're going to be punching in. It may not be this colour on the final piece, but it'll do for now. So before we move on, what is hair punching now? Again, this is not something that I specialise in. I've never actually done it, but I'm going to give it a go. And I've done quite a bit of research on it. And from what I understand, it's the practice of using a hair punching tool or hair punching needle and punching hair into a piece, so into a silicone piece. That then gives the effect of a hair coming out of a follicle on your skin. And from what I've seen, it's really, really good results. It makes a piece look very, very cool. But you can understand that it takes a very long time because we are punching individual hairs, and as you can imagine, there's quite a few hairs on someone's face or head, for example. Another thing that I'm going to have to try and do is punch them in at the angle I want the hair to come out of. So when you look at a moustache or a beard, the hair falls in a certain way and grows in a certain way, and I need to use those angles to make that hair come out at that particular way that I want it to. And there are definitely so many more videos out there that explain hair punching so much better than I ever could, but this is me just giving it a go, seeing if we can do it ourselves, and then hopefully incorporate it into our Gear silicone mask. So let's give it a go. So we are going to be choosing this area here. It's a nice kind of flat area for us to work on. So I'm going to trim some of our hair just so it's even at the ends. And then we're going to go in with the tool, see what happens. This is pretty exciting. I've never done this before, so put this down on here. Okay, that didn't work. Let's try again. Whoa. Wow, look at that. Okay, so that took 2 hairs in there. Take one out. The hair's kind of folded over, I think. So it's not in there very well. So maybe I need to push it through more. That's why I've got this piece of foam underneath. Let's try that again. That's better. Wow. It's through the other side. I guess I can trim that off. That's good to know that I need something underneath. Let's try another. Okay, that caught one there. That is pretty cool. That looks okay. So the needle, at least we know that it does just get one hair. That's good to know. So we know that it is actually doing that bit. And I wonder if maybe on the other side I could put a bit of silicone to kind of hold that in place a little bit better. I'm sure that's something that I'll figure out later on. But it looks pretty good. I think what we need to do is I need to crack on with this, see if I can get a good patch of hair, maybe cut it down, see if we can make it look like stubble, make it look a little bit more realistic. So I think we are in need of a time lapse. So this is looking pretty gross actually, but in a good way. It's I think it's going okay. It's a very interesting thing to learn and to do. You can see these are the first ones I've done over here. I tried kind of bunching up the hair a little bit to see if I could do it a bit quicker by kind of punching it in, but actually it looks a bit messy. There's kind of more than one hair in one follicle, so you know that will be okay for the middle of the head, but not really okay for kind of a beard. So this one I took a little bit more time. I'm just going to cut this down actually to see what it looks like. So brush that away. Okay, so I mean, I think it looks pretty good. It's still quite sparse. I'd probably have to spend a bit more time on it, but I tried to kind of angle it, maybe for like an eyebrow or mustache hair. It's looking pretty cool, I think. I think when we've got the right colours as well to kind of match the skin tone, it's going to look even better. But it does kind of give it that creepy, realistic look. The kind of hair in the skin, so I'm pretty pleased with it. I think I'm going to do a little bit more, maybe up here, so let's get into that.